Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bush Kitchen. It's Tuesday today, so we're having tacos. Taco Tuesday.
This is something that we make quite a lot, is beef tacos, and it's really easy to do, and it's nice, quite a nice healthy meal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so something that I tried quite recently is making my own flour tortilla wraps, and they've actually worked out pretty well, haven't they?
Very well.
We really like them. So we're going to show you how to make those, as well as make all the other elements of this dish, and you only need a very few basic ingredients to make your taco wraps. So yeah, we're going to show you how to do that today. So I'm going to talk you through the ingredients that you need for this dish. So we're using some beef mince, avocado to make some guacamole. We're going to make some salsa with some tomatoes. You need some onion. We're using chilies, but that's optional. Some lemon for your guacamole, and some garlic and some herbs. And then we like to have some thinly sliced lettuce or iceberg or whatever you prefer as well in our tacos. And then we've got some other bits and pieces going on here.
This one's one of our favourites at the moment.
And then you need some flour, oil, baking powder, salt and water to make your tacos.
So, first step to light your fire. We always try and cook on the fire when we can. So I'm going to be using the scuttle today. Lots of you guys have asked about this actually, and we will put a link in the description for where you can get one in the UK. In South Africa, I know Tex-Mex are working very hard on getting their products into South Africa, so fingers crossed that will be happening sometime soon.
So next thing we're going to do, I'm going to start making the wraps while Harry starts with the dips, and you're going to do the salsa.
Yep.
So let's
just while we're waiting for that fire to get nice and hot.
Get some coals.
Yeah.
So I'm just combining all of the ingredients and then gradually adding in the water to the mix. I don't have a bowl, so we're using a saucepan. And then just mixing it all together, and then I'll leave it to sit for maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll start kneading it and making it more of a smooth dough.
Just going to dice up some tomato. I like to get it pretty fine, and then same with, we actually only need to use one tomato for this. One tomato and half an onion makes a nice quantity of salsa. All these ingredients came from our friend's farm, Lucy, Kuminda Farm. It's basically like it's a cultural experience in rural Botswana, and she has a organic farmstead. So she grows all these ingredients and kindly gave us a big bag of them. It was nice. Oh, it's gonna be hot, Chloe. So that's one tomato, half an onion, some chili, salt and pepper.
So I've left my dough for about 10 or 15 minutes, and not much has happened to it. I didn't expect it to, but now I'm just going to knead it and create like a smooth dough, and then I'll leave it for another 10, divide it into equal sections, and then I can start rolling it out. When you initially put the oil in before you add the water, you do kind of get lumps of like oily flour, so that's what I'm gonna smooth out. So I'm now going to start with the guacamole. So you just need a whole avocado, and I'm going to use a wedge of lemon. You can use lime, preferably lime, some salt, pepper, some oil, and then you just mash it up until you get the consistency that you like. If you like it a bit lumpy or you like it smooth, whatever your preference.
Anyone like lumpy avocado?
Some people do.
Really?
We don't discriminate in the bush kitchen. So there's a little top tip for you guys. Whisk your avo to get a really nice smooth and creamy guacamole like this.
My scottle's nice and hot. I'm gonna put a good amount of oil in. Although the beef is quite fatty, I still want a nice amount of oil in there. In with half an onion and some garlic. This is one of our favourite spices at the moment, a Savannah Bry spice. It's just basically like an all-round seasoning. That with a little bit of chilli.
So now that the dips are done, I'm going to start rolling out my tortillas. So I've got my dough here. I'm just going to use a knife to divide this dough into equal sections before I start rolling. So I'm going to rub some flour onto my rolling pin, or my water bottle in this case, and then start rolling these tortilla wraps out pretty thin, and you want to do the same to all 12. So this is about how thin you want them to be. You can see they are very, very thin, and they're very stretchy because of the oil. I think it just adds this kind of elasticity to the dough, and it also helps a lot when you're cooking them, but I'll share that with you guys when we get to the cooking stage. So I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to our frying pan. I'm just going to pour a bit in and then just wipe the oil around with a bit of kitchen towel, because you don't actually want them to fry. Because they already have oil in them, they aren't going to stick, or I've found when I've done this before they haven't stuck. And if you have too much oil, they then fry, as I said, which makes them quite stiff. Whereas you want to keep the flexibility within the tortilla to then be able to create a shell and then add all your other ingredients into the tortilla wrap. And as you can see, I said I sort of divided my dough into 12 equal pieces, and it's definitely not that equal because look how small this one is.
That's fine, that can be yours. How's that one gone?
Good, I think. So they literally only need like 30 seconds on each side on like a medium to high heat. It's gonna be spicy, isn't it?
That is quite a small wrap, isn't it?
Yes, thanks.
You didn't follow my method though, did you?
Gosh, this isn't big enough for my fillings.
Cheers.
Really good. Oh, this is one of my favourite meals ever, guys.
It is.
I love Tex-Mex. I know this probably isn't your traditional Tex-Mex. We've definitely put our spin on it, but so nice. The wraps are good, aren't they? Even if I do this on myself. But now we've had wraps like this, we'll never buy from the shop again, will we?
Treat yourself to making the effort. Chloe will put in detail what to do with these.
Yeah, I'll put the quantities and like a full method, but it is so worth it.
They're so like fresh, fluffy.
Really good.
Yeah.
And the wonderful thing about this meal is you can cook, we chose beef this time, but you could do it with like a mixed beans, you could do chicken, you could do prawn, you could basically put anything into this that you like. So yeah, and also we've tried it before and these keep. So if you make a batch and then you can put them in the fridge and then you can just heat them up or have a cold wrap the next day and they work really well. So yeah.
That never happens with us because they never last.
We actually did do it though.
Really?
In the Kodum.
Well, I didn't finish them all off.
No,
Or
I
would you
think
not
I
let
made
me?
about 20. I made a lot.
You probably didn't let me. So we're going to let you sit and watch us eat for a little bit and just...
So we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Bush Kitchen. Please let us know if you try this recipe, and also if there's anything that you would like us to make, then leave us a comment or send us a message, because we're always open to new recipes and suggestions.
Of course, yeah.
So, see you guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next one. I think this is the best we've done yet.
Each one just keeps getting better as well.
I've nailed these wraps. See how they're like, I know I'm still filming, I know we already said bye. They're like flexible and they don't break, and that's what you want. If you cook them on too high the heat with oil, you're going to basically fry them and then they'll be hard, wherefore they will snap, but they're very flexible.
Do that thing that you see on Instagram where we slap each other with them.
If we get 1,000 likes on this video, then we'll do that. It's up to you guys.